What's up guys, Chris here and welcome to a new Destiny video here today. We're taking a look at the Preadyths Timepiece pulse rifle, which I believe is one of the best PvP guns, but also quite a forgotten gun in my opinion. I rarely ever see people use this and it's kinda sad because it's very good. The gameplay we're watching is gameplay of the Preadyths Timepiece obviously, but also some shotgun and truth gameplay. I go 24-1, almost get an unbroken medal, but end up dying in the very end, so I hope you guys enjoy that in the background. Getting into the Preadyths Timepiece, it is, as I said, a fantastic pulse rifle. It's a low impact, high fire rate pulse rifle. It's really difficult to measure the fire rate of it, but I measured it to be at around 540 rounds per minute. It's probably slightly faster than that, but also I don't think my result is too incorrect. As I said, it's low impact. It does 16 damage per body shot and 24 damage with a headshot. This means it'll take 9 to 13 shots to kill the enemy, depending on whether or not you land headshots. This means it takes 3 to 5 bursts to kill. Rarely will it ever take 5 though. The time to kill is very quick. It's slightly slower than the Red Death and the Blacksmith class, but it's also noticeably faster than the Sword Regime and the Bad Juju, sitting at 0.83 seconds at the best and 1.37 seconds at worst. The range is somewhat bad, but honestly you don't really notice this in PvP, and it makes up for it with extremely high stability. The reload speed is kinda slow, but you will be able to make up for that with flared magwell if you need to. The magazine size is 30, but again you can bump this up to 42 with Field Scout. When we get into the sights of this gun, you have the Red.OES, the Red.OAS, and the focus lens FLA5. Personally, I prefer the Red.OES. It's, in my opinion, the best sight in the game. It's very clean looking, and it doesn't really obstruct anything. It's just a really nice red dot sight. The Red.OAS will give you slightly more stability at the cost of some range. In my opinion, this is not one of the best sights in the game. I know a lot of people love this sight. Personally, I do not, but it's really down to personal preference. And the focus lens, I just really don't recommend using at all. The weapon is a close quarters weapon, and the focus lens just really doesn't help out. Of course, you can use this at slightly longer ranges, but overall, I think the red dots will definitely help you out much more. Our first perk is Head Seeker, which means chaining body shots will increase precision damage for a short time. The precision damage will go up to 26, and it's really nice. It's not one of the very best perks, but it's definitely a nice perk for a pulse rifle because it does kick up, and this means that you'll have a slightly bigger damage output. As I said, it's not one of the strongest perks ever, but it definitely doesn't hurt the gun at all. In our middle tree we have flared magwell, which will max out the reload speed. We also have Field Scout, which will buff up the magazine size to 42, and we have perfect balance, which will almost max out the stability. I personally go for perfect balance, because in my opinion it's more important to hit the shots than have more shots, and I'm just way more effective with perfect balance. It also makes it a really good weapon at even medium to long ranges, which is really beneficial with this pulse rifle. And then the last perk is Secret Round. Missing a shot from this weapon's burst will fire a 4th shot. Now this is really useful in my opinion. It's again not the very strongest perk, but it's definitely a very strong perk anyway. This means that if you just miss one shot from the burst, you have another chance at hitting that bullet, and it will make your time to kill go down because no one has perfect aim obviously. I find that often I'll have 2 extra bullets in the magazine, maybe even 3 depending on how accurate I am, which means you can actually get 1 full burst extra. And if your aim is really off, you can even get 2 bursts into the magazine, which is really nice, and it comes in really handy sometimes. Now, if we compare this weapon to the other pulse rifles such as the Oversoul Edict, the Red Death, the Bad Juju, I will say that it's probably the second best pulse rifle in the game. Obviously the Red Death is stronger, it has a faster time to kill if you're a really accurate player, but in my opinion the Preadyths Timepiece comes in at a close second. The Bad Juju is also really good, but the full auto perk and the feel of it just really doesn't suit my playstyle at all. The Oversoul Edict is also a strong pulse rifle. It's very similar to the Timepiece, but the perks just don't really fit PvP at all. Another very popular pulse rifle is the 3 Little Words, and in my opinion that just fires way too slowly for my playstyle. If you're a defensive player, I think the 3 Little Words is probably going to be better for you, but in my opinion the Preadyths Timepiece is just better. So I highly recommend you guys go check this out. It is a very strong pulse rifle, and I rarely ever see people use this in PvP, and I think it's actually kind of sad. Until the auto rifles get buffed, this is definitely a weapon that can take over the role of an auto rifle player, and as I said, go check it out, see what you like, and I'm almost certain you guys will enjoy it. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like. If you're new, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace.